extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali world all the time. Extra lit, extra lit, extra lit.
Let's go.
Here, I'll give you a proper intro, okay? Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Nah, you don't have to.
It's the man with the plan. I ain't Clark Kent, but some of the ladies do call me Superman. It's your boy, Big Cali. You know, it's funny. All my friends laugh every time I do this. Like, I can never do a normal laugh thing because it's two goes right
Sorry,
in,
bro.
right? I'm gonna go in. Hold on, here we go. I gotta get on my big boy swag. This is my humble attempt to get on Power 106. So I have to have a continuous like drop. So they can keep dropping it and dropping it like after like Nissan commercials and shit.
Yeah,
You
we
dig
gotta
me?
turn the AC off so there's no.
No, that's
No
okay.
sound. No,
That's
I'm
okay.
just
These
kidding.
good ass
No,
mics, bro.
okay.
Shout out Productive
Yeah.
Culture. They make sure the mics is great. We can have AC.
Mm-hmm.
We can smoke. We can do anything with Productive Culture. With that being said, it's the man with the plan. I ain't Clark Kent, but some of the ladies do call me Superman. It's your boy, Big Cali. I'm feeling good, feeling great as usual. Coming at you with another episode. And today I have a very, very good friend of mine on the episode. First off, when I say mentor, like, it ain't too many people I can say literally taught me lots of different techniques in DJing. Let's just start there. Techniques and how to use vinyl in DJing. I would say that. When DJing, like teaching me different transitions, not having to spin out, you know, like different things I was doing in my beginning stages. This man is an innovator, dope producer, DJ, graphic artist,
Yes.
painter, graffiti artist,
That's right.
designer.
That too.
These are all legit. Filmmaker.
all-
I don't know. What else you did? Clothing design? You ever did clothing?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not. Yeah, I do.
I love you.
No, I was gonna look because usually I'm wearing
Something
something,
you
that I
did.
made, but I'm like,
You know, this
Yeah,
is the
I
most
do
chillest.
clothes.
This is the most chillest I think I've seen you actually dress. And I love it. Usually you had the big dope pants, the dope pants, the res that's big, like when you wore it in the club.
oh yeah, those they're like Jinko.
The rare
big-ass
ones, bro. No, it's all rare
raver
shit.
pants.
The raver
hella
pants.
big. You can't even see my foot. I'm a size 11 and a half. It goes over my foot. Like little trolls could be in each of my legs and you wouldn't even know.
That's so lit.
They're really big, but it's like from raver graph skater culture from the 90s, you know. So
That's very hey, for people that
that's
don't
kind of
know.
where I was from era wise. Yeah.
Word, that's where it started. Oh, for people that don't know, this is Demonslayer. You already know what it is, man.
What's up?
Welcome to Big Cali world.
I'm in Big Cali world.
Welcome, brother.
What's
Now,
up, my dude?
Bro, man.
Yes.
So, like you were saying, the skater, them big Jinko pants, that
Yeah.
era of look and style, that's where would you say it kind of originated from, your whole style?
Oh, my whole style? No, my whole style is
Because it's very rare. If you look throughout the video, just in your style alone, we're gonna see what
My
you're
style
like. We're
is
gonna break
very
it down
rare.
and we're gonna break it down in
Yes.
sections. We're gonna start the style.
Oh shit. Okay,
Okay.
I like that.
All right. So your style, like, bro.
Love the outline. The curriculum.
Yes.
Yeah, my style. So it's a mix, I guess, of well, I grew up in SoCal in Riverside. IE.
Shout out to I, you know what it is.
Lived in Asia, Vietnam for the last, 12 years. And
Bro,
I came back to
that's so
LA.
rare.
It's pretty rare. But maybe not, I don't know.
How is that?
Because, we're only limited by our perception, what could be rare to us.
Facts.
It's not rare to man's right next, but
You know,
too generalizing.
no. You're definitely right because I definitely think that's still rare though that you lived in Vietnam. Okay, no, so I
Oh,
can't.
yeah.
If I
No,
name
that
20
part
different
is, yeah.
people, like you live from the IE to a whole other country to Vietnam.
Yeah, no, but I traveled before that and lived in some other spots before that too. So
What were you
traveling,
doing? Like, were you on tour?
I was making
You
my
gotta
own
realize
tour.
people
I
don't
was-
understand. This sounds so
Oh yeah,
tight.
that's true.
Because I know, just
Yeah.
because you talked to me over the past few years, but that's why I want you on the show.
That's
Because
true.
literally your story isn't very conventional, bro.
Yeah,
But
it's
when
not.
it comes to artists, people who are visionary, people who go about pushing this culture forward, especially in Los Angeles to the Inland Empire, just for what I know, you're definitely a staple in that, bro. Like,
yeah.
trust me, people know that. You've been doing it for
Yeah.
how many years now? It's just an art, period.
Yeah, for a long time, over 2 decades. I've actually started to accept that staple part, because before I'd be like, nah, I'm
Talk
just
your shit, bro.
I'm just me doing stuff, and I'm still just me doing my stuff, but I can acknowledge what the ripples or the whatever it has in the community or around me, So I don't have to deny that. Because like being able to like accept a compliment is pretty, it's weird because like your first thought is like, nah.
Yeah.
You know, someone's like, you're so dope. You're either like, yeah.
Facts.
Or like, yeah, I guess I am. Like,
No,
you know?
real shit.
But now I'm
You don't
like,
wanna
holy
accept that
shit,
shit.
I'm fucking dope.
Talk your shit.
Like, dude, like, okay, like, you want to battle? Like, I know I'm dope, you know? Like,
Hey, Michael Jordan still calls out Magic Johnson. He did. He literally called him out at the All-Star game. He was like, yo, where your shoes at? You got your shoes? And niggas can still do it. Once you know you the shit, but look.
That's true.
You say you put in 2 decades of work, bro.
Yeah,
You're not that
true.
old, bro. Like, so that means the majority of life you've been dedicated to the art. So what was like your first sword? What was your first art? Did you start off drawing? Did you start off with music? Like,
yeah, I started drawing when I was like, as far back as I can remember, you know, like holding a pencil. And I drew all my life and like would just always draw. I'd be drawing all the time. In middle school, I'd show up to like the gangster party with the fucking sketchbook, dude, and like draw in the corner. And it was like,
this in the IE?
It was weird. Yeah, in the IE, like in Moval, in fucking La Sierra, Riverside. But
damn,
like I was just drawing my whole life and then, you know, following that path. The path of creative output. And it's a part of me. So whatever I do, it's gonna show itself.
Right.
So naturally, you know, you get older, you gotta make more money and like have a career, blah, blah, future adult stuff. So all the creativity transferred into that style. So that's when I went into like, as an art director in like, you know, advertising in creative agencies. That's when I started doing more, working with corporations and stuff. Like doing stuff for Samsung, McDonald's,
That's fucking
Coca-Cola,
how old were you when you were doing that?
What was I? 29-ish, 28 or something is when I started. I'm 39 now, dude. It's gonna be my birthday next week.
Let's go.
I'm gonna be 40.
Yo,
and that blows my mind.
What are you doing for your 40th, bro?
I'm just happy I'm alive, you know, like fucking. And
when's your birthday?
April 16th.
Oh yeah, so by the time this come out, it'll be Coachella, like first week of Coachella.
First week of Coachella. I won't be there. I'll probably chill with my family. That's what I usually do.
Okay.
But you know, all the friends and stuff is like, you know,
we all working.
We're gonna celebrate. We celebrate every day, but
we do. No, but 40th we got to do. Are you doing a body high?
It's April. The April one is April 8th, which is this Friday. So.
And for people that don't know, body high, because we're gonna bounce around, but it's real. Body high is a party that you throw. We
just changed the name to Body Heat. It's Body Heat now.
Body Heat.
Yeah.
So is that an exclusive? Like,
because like, dude. So I never told this before, but there was so we had a couple different names like Body Language, Body Heat, Body High. And then Jimmy and I, Yimbo, ended up on Body High.
Shout out Yimbo Jenkins.
Yimbo Jenkins. And then we dropped it and then did the first party. Then I was like, oh shit, fuck, I forgot. There was a seminal LA house label called Body High. And I'm like, but they're deactivated. They haven't dropped anything in a while. That's why I forgot about them. I was like, oh, damn. And I was like, thinking like, well, I guess it's okay. We're just doing a party. Is obviously we're different, you know, but the more I thought about it, I was like, oh no, I gotta, you know, respect that, you know. So then we switched it to Body Heat. So
that's
like
lit.
Gladly, like respectfully.
No, Body Heat's hard.
Body Heat's tight.
No, Body Heat's hard. Body Heat's hard, but either way, the party's tight. It's like definitely house music, but it's like different type of.
It's not just house music.
Yeah.
It's like all types of upbeat body movement. You could play like, you know, G-Funk from the 90s,
right,
you know, to like, you know, straight up Detroit house music.
Is that what you grew up listening around? Like that kind of music in your household?
I grew up listening to all types of music. That's probably why my style is a mix of all that stuff, you know, back. But I grew up like, as like a kid, you know, like I had so my family, my parents and grandparents and all that stuff came from Vietnam, you know, in the late 70s, 80s. Damn. So I'm the first gen, which means I'm the first one born in America. So growing up, I got to deal with both cultures, you know. It was a trip. Because, you know, the Vietnamese household is not like American household, right? There's different ways of doing things. There's like values
What's like
are
some
similar,
of the different
but
similarities you would say like that was like at least growing up that was like majorly different from like I guess normal pop culture or America.
Like
culture.
we'd always had to eat together, like at dinner time and lunchtime, and there'd always be like a whole system. Like the young kids would have to wash the dishes and like all this stuff, or like taking the shoes off, in the house.
No,
like,
that's for sure a thing. I know that a lot of my homies.
My parents were like, you can't have any friends. Basically, you just after school, there's more school, and when you're done with that type of school, there's some other type of school. Just always.
That's so deep. That's too much.
Yo, it's so obedient, bro. Like, and they're Catholic too, so it's like praying and school. I'm like, bro, no wonder I was drawn all the time. Like, here we go.
Yeah, I'm about to say this whole time you're just going
some prayers. Like, here's like we prayed every day, dude. Like, got in the car. My grandparents are so Catholic. Like, we get in the car, pray. On the way to church, we're praying. On the way home from church, we're praying.
Hey, bro.
And then when we're done praying, then we talk and hang out, But it's prayer first.
It's a lot of good prayer. We make sure the prayer gets in there.
But it's like the rosary prayers, So they're just reading off, like, So I'm just like, as a kid, like.
And this is basically your whole upbringing with going.
Yeah, it was really Catholic, dude, and very Vietnamese. And like, oh, dude, it was just the struggles, but it really made me who I am, And going back to Vietnam.
Yeah.
I understood more of why my parents were like that. Because at first I was like, you guys are out of your damn mind. Like, why are you so strict?
Yeah.
Why can't I go to the mall after school?
Yeah.
It's because that time was gangster time, bro. Everyone was getting shot and killed. And, I dressed like a gangster.
Right,
like
you're saying the Jinko Jean, the whole.
Well, no, that was skater raver culture. But I was that and,
the
gangster leaning. I'm not gonna call myself a gangster.
No, but
gangster leaning,
Got you. But
like
you
my
grew up
friends
in that
were,
area.
my cousins, like all of them.
Real shit.
So
real, I think a lot of us are. We could say that in that area.
Yeah.
So we grew up, especially we grew up in the Inland Empire. In like the 90s too. Like 90s, i.e. 90s LA.
That was a scare. That was like GTA, bro. That's what GTA is based off of.
The 90s, right?
90s in SoCal.
90s SoCal's deep.
Shit.
And then so Chronic's coming out, Doggy Style's out.
Yeah,
Wu-Tang's dropping.
Eazy-E's, like, no, not Easy. Too Short, DJ Quick. Man, that era.
It's crazy to did that era. Nah.
Celly Cell, the Bloods and Crips CDs.
The Banging on Wax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why was that allowed?
Paru Love. R.I.P. Bloody Mary. That's definitely a blood anthem. If you look that up, it's definitely Paru Love. They rapped on the Computer Love beat. Damn. And she shot it out every blood hood all in L.A.
Oh, I think I vaguely remember.
No, I feel like we played it at Jimbo's house. I feel like it was all of us listening to it. Brandon was like, yo, this is one of the most hooded songs in the world.
That makes sense.
But nah, bro. So how'd you start getting into graffiti art? And like, where did that start coming with? Because technically in that world, wouldn't that be, a strong Catholic household, that's almost like against everything y'all like vandalism, technically, even though it's art. But according to the, peoples at that time, that wasn't the way. But a lot of our greatest artists came from that, especially Los Angeles. Like I watched a whole documentary about Mr. Cartoon and what's my man's, oh, come on. I shouldn't know, I'm fucking spazzing out. My other dude who took all the pictures with Cypress Hill, he was like a DJ.
Oh, Esteban Oil?
Yes. Watched a whole documentary about that.
Super OG.
And they were talking about how that art literally influenced LA, influenced the culture, hip hop, all that. Everybody
they were representing the culture that was in LA, So
for you, it was like where you were, because it had to be around the same time, especially this is like late 90s.
Oh, no, they're like the generation like older above me a little bit, but yeah, no. So I don't even know. Oh, dude. Okay, damn. I just recalled my first graffiti memory. It's been a while since.
That's lit.
Oh my God, I can't believe that shit happened. Yo, so
I gotta know. You can't just start off with that. Bro.
So I was in 3rd grade, and my homie Steven Anaya was like, "Hey," and I was like, "What's up?" We were chilling by the slides, like. I guess in elementary school, you have areas that you chill with in different grades, and different people. So like in 3rd grade, for us, a big portion of it was by this slide. Yeah. It was metal. And he was like, yo, have you heard about this thing? I was like,
What?
What thing, bro? And he's like, tagging. And I'm like, what's tagging? And he's like, you just write your name on stuff. Like they don't allow it. You just write your name on it and then like leave, and that's it. And I'm like, what? So you just show up and write your name? And he's like, yeah, and you make your name up. I'm like, damn, that's sick. Let's tag this slide.
That quick,
So
you're
then-
just like with it, like boom.
Yeah, I'm like, that sounds like a great idea to me. Cause like I draw, and like I already draw letters and names and all this stuff. So I'm like, why not draw on stuff too? That's dope. And other people can see it. So, but graffiti, like a lot of people don't know this who's not in graffiti culture, is there's lots of different types of graffiti. Like areas, like, like let's say like rap, right? There's different styles of rap. Not
Gotcha.
everyone's super lyrical.
So what's the different styles of graffiti art that like the most layman's, quickest?
So
I'm sure it
there's,
gets deep. Like I know you, but like
it's super deep, but I'll try it. Like it's like
the lettering, or is it like the
so
way
first
of
there's
lettering?
just tagging, right? That's like just like letters. Letters where it's like it's not multiple colors, it's just like line.
Yeah.
Like, if one spray can thing. So that's tagging, and people tag their crew, their name, blah, blah, blah. Graffiti actually started very political because it was anti,
Like a
back in the
establishment?
day. It was all, that's how people protest back in the day. They just write their shit on the wall.
Makes sense.
Like fuck the
like peace,
police,
peace, love, like around
or
the
like
Vietnam War, like all that.
yeah,
time where
or
the
like,
hippies and stuff like that.
resist this fascist dictator,
Right.
blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Or, right now it's like Google, Los Angeles Sheriff Department gangs,
Yo,
like,
I be seeing shit that be like, crypto this is the way to go, or like, don't do this, or forget this person, or...
a lot of those are corporate. They're corporations that come in and they're like, yo, we could pay taggers to tag our
Stop,
fucking
bro.
thing. Yeah, bro. Taggers be getting paid, dog. Like,
That's where it's been went now?
it's been like that for a few years now, like movies do it. Like we're about to drop this movie. Here's, 2 racks. Go hit the shit up. So the writer, is what is called person that tags his writers, like, sure, like I'm already doing illegal shit anyway, like writing my name, might as well get some
No, that makes sense.
cheddar for it.
Damn.
So it's really, it gets deep.
Nah, I get it. So like,
yeah, so tagging is one thing, just like writing stuff.
right.
And then there's like, the pieces that you see on the wall with multiple colors,
Right.
looking like,
That's the shit that looks fire.
yeah, so
like,
that's
especially
like,
downtown, like that whole area is downtown. You just
Yeah.
see dummy walls, like hella painted, hella
yeah.
like
But in there's a difference between street art and like graffiti production style, or like graffiti style productions, because it's only graffiti if it's illegal. So if it's not illegal, if someone's getting paid, if you're getting paid for it, it's not graffiti.
Yeah.
You're doing graffiti style work. That's how it is in how like, a lot of like old heads feel about graffiti. Because in graffiti, there's like old heads, then there's new kids who like break all the tradition and law shit, I'm just getting carried away. So
No,
I need to,
bro,
I need
please,
to reel
no.
it back.
First off, this is the podcast, bro. I want you to talk, because literally your mind, the way you think and the way you do things and the way you came to what you do is interesting as fuck. Yeah, I don't think you understand. It's like a fucking movie, bro.
It's really weird, man. Now that
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it, I'm like, shit, I'm kind of weird, but dope. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah. So you were telling me
No,
about the different kind of arts and graffiti
yeah.
like that. You're saying graffiti production.
Yeah.
You're saying the differences between that like that.
So in graffiti, street art kind of subculture, like there's many different styles of it. There's like just tagging, and in tagging, there's separate genres too. Like there's gang graffiti, and these guys are gangsters who tag like their gang, and they're set on the walls. They don't care about art or like graffiti culture or stuff like that.
Mhm.
Then there's the taggers who they tag and they do the graffiti production mural type of stuff too.
That's
Because
what I see. you do
tagging
a
is
lot.
part of, for me, I believe, like this is like old head philosophy as well, like traditional graffiti. Like I believe that in graffiti, like to be well-rounded, so you're good at tagging, you're good at throws, So throws is up from tagging. It's like the bubble letters and like simple letters that you
Right.
can read.
Right.
Like, but they're, they're colored
What's
in.
the shit that's hella complex? It's like looks, but you can see his words and letters, but it's just hella shit in it.
So those are like pieces or productions. So a
Productions.
piece is like multiple colored. Maybe you spend a day on it. It has like a color palette, like a theme, maybe some characters. Maybe you and your friends do pieces next to each other, which is then called a production. People would be doing like themed productions, like here's a Halloween theme and like some graffiti
Wait, this
pieces.
is really like organized this, like they know like
some people.
like, I thought it was just like a free for all kind of situation.
Sometimes it's free for all. Most of the time it's like thought out, like, and it depends on the crew and the people too.
Yeah.
Some crews are really loose about it, like, hey, these are the colors, this is the theme, let's get down.
How do
Some people
get
are like,
seen from that though? Because you say you took that from graffiti art and you started working with a lot of companies and doing design and marketing. So like, how'd you end up like switching that over to that? And even going into like your music production and stuff like that.
I think because I didn't just do graffiti, I did like everything at once all the time. So I think
you're just in it, like
which back then like wasn't uncommon. Like a lot of everyone else like painted graffiti, made music, made clothes,
right.
DJ'd, like rapped. So I felt like I was just doing the thing that everyone else was doing. You know. But then like now that I think about it, I'm like, wow, like it's like a different style of doing things now, So I feel really grateful for my skill set and knowledge in each of the things, because that's how my style is reflected, It's like all these little bits of
that's crazy.
All this other shit.
And then it's just different elements of everything, almost like a gumbo or like some kind of like fire ass meal. It's just every different little piece of this, little piece of that. And that's why your shit's so eclectic, because even in your DJ sets, bro, like you don't play
exactly in my DJ sets
more.
Like
you don't play. You play normal style. Like that's the thing. Like people, like I know a lot of people probably heard a lot of your eclectic set, but you DJ straight trap for 3 hours, real Gucci Mane, like hella ATL shit.
Yeah.
But then you also can play like a whole house set.
Yeah.
Like where you just dropped the V-Wave.
Yes.
Yeah, like that kind of shit, man.
Yeah, and it's like a skill, because DJing is like a sport. So it's like triathlon or like whatever type of combo sports you want to build. So like it started because I played some house shit and I was like, damn, this shit sounds whack. Like I gotta like level up.
How are we when you first started DJing?
16. But when I started, I wasn't even mixing songs. I was just using it as an instrument, like scratching. Like I was just scratching all day. Cause like
so you just started off scratching?
Yeah, because I found Cuber and like Scratch Pickle VHS and I was like, scratching is crazy. And like I just was scratching and buying scratch records. So scratch records, they don't have songs.
Yeah, it's just
they
like
just have sounds. Yeah, instrumentals and also little sound effects on it. Like over here.
Yeah.
And then it would just be 10 minutes of those sounds and you would find one that you liked and
so
scratch
you'll
with
scratch that over music, or you just scratch between even the sounds?
Yeah, like over instrumentals. So we would find like hip hop singles with a cappella and instrumental on them, because back then like beat music wasn't like that big, so there wasn't like, now you could just go and find beats, instrumental beats
that's
everywhere.
What I was gonna say. That's all I would do. I know just a simple. I'll go into a DJ pool and I'm in there. Like I could find some break beats or any kind of things like that.
Yeah, but back then, like we would have to scratch just over.
Were you crate digging at that time?
Oh yeah, like that's what it was about. It was just like nerdy, like scratching, crate digging for old breaks, old jazz stuff. Like we've been to some sketchy record stores in San Bernardino.
Do you remember?
I know that's a deep one. Well, like
vinyl you bought with your money, vinyl wise, and then we can go first album period you bought or anything.
I remember the couple first vinyl I bought, because like when I first started getting into DJing, like a lot of my older aunties and uncles were getting rid of their vinyl, and like they're just like, "Oh, can you take it?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah!" So I inherited all their shit.
Damn! So out the gate, you just came up with a collection.
Yeah, and
that's so fucking tight.
It was like disco, like rock, like jazz, like all types of dope stuff. But at that time, I was like, this shit is whack, But my first couple of records were like, I think it was a Dre Explosive. Wait, was Eminem on that?
No, that was Forgot About Dre.
Yeah, Forgot About Dre. Yeah, with the instrumental on it, a single, and then like this crazy like trance breakbeat record, and a Scratch Pickle versus X-Men. Like rest in peace, Rock Raider. X-Men is a legendary New York turntable crew, you know?
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, like they like pioneered like a bunch of crazy techniques, you know? And
damn.
like,
I didn't even know that. Hell no.
yeah, legendary X-Men Executioners. They changed their name to that. Yeah. My first tape that I bought was Brandy. Single. No, it was the album. It was the album, the brown one.
Was it Brandy with the one I Want to Be Down on it?
And sitting up in my room.
Yeah, sitting in my room.
Yeah. I Want to Be Down.
Sitting in my room was on the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack too.
Yeah, that was after. It was I Want to Be Down.
What was her second single?
Baby.
You're
Don't
so
you
fun.
know?
Yeah.
I Want to Be Down. Yeah.
That's rare. My
Yeah.
first album I ever bought with my money was West Side Connection.
Nice.
Bow Down.
Oh,
96.
I remember when that dropped.
Circuit City,
Yeah.
my mom gave me, I had $100 from like 3 different people. I don't know, like I had like
nice.
$50 here. My mom gave me like
Nice.
40.
You were a millionaire, basically.
Hello, you get it. Gas was like $1.50.
Yeah.
Different times. Shout
You
out
were
Bill
like
Clinton.
12, you
This
know?
is when Bill was in there, like going up. Okay, we don't got to talk about it, but he was going up around that time. And then, went to Circuit City, bought a boombox, and then I knew I needed something that slapped. I bought a boombox for like $85, and I had like $15 left. I blew it all on this on the big ass like boombox with like
You
2
must
big
have
ass speakers.
felt amazing, bro.
Bought Bow Down. My mom bought it, had a parental advisory sticker on it. I didn't know even that meant, bro. Fucked up my head ever since, bro.
That now.
And then
you're
after that,
DJing.
the other one was Big Willie style. Will Smith.
Oh,
You see where I went
I did
from?
not like that
You
track.
didn't like Big Willie style with Miami on it? Fucking Just the Two of Us?
Just the Two of Us is good
That's a great song. Thank you.
because that's
Thank you for admitting Just the Two of Us is a good song.
For me, that's what Will Smith is. He's like a family man rapper, you know?
Slap.
And like, Just the Two of Us is like on brand for me, you know? Because I'm like, I mean, I don't know. He was just too wholesome for me back then. I liked
See,
more.
that's why he snapped. That's why he snapped. It all makes sense, bro. See?
I've had enough.
I had enough.
My whole life.
Whole life been squeaky clean.
I'm not just
the two
Fresh
of us.
Prince.
Parents just don't understand.
Wild Wild West.
Parents, Men in Black.
Men in Black was dope.
Yeah.
Men in Black was dope.
He had a dance. Walk with me. Just walk with me. He was
That's
dancing
true.
with aliens. He put Michael Jackson
That's
in the
true.
third one. Like, niggas ain't, come on, man.
Nah, right. I respect Will
snapped.
Smith. No, I totally respect him. I totally respect,
I respect him. That's all we'll say.
I
We'll
love
leave it-
Will Smith.
We love Will.
I love Will.
I love
though.
Chris too.
Yeah,
But
I
damn,
love Chris too.
we love
I
them
love
both.
both of them. Yeah.
Yo, that's so current
I
right
love
now.
them
It's
both.
sad. That's
What are they?
current
Was it the
forever.
Oscars? The Grammy?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like the Oscars though.
Bro, why
I don't
should-
support that shit.
Bro, you know what I thought
It's just
about?
old. It's played out.
Talk
It's
your
just played
shit.
out.
Talk your
It
shit.
was dope, but now
It got
we've-
exposed.
we've grown as a society, so we should have some dope. It's some other entity that.
I wish it was like one
Gives out
more, like an
reward-
alternative
awards.
show that was lit.
Yeah,
Like had
That would be
as the
dope.
house band with like the Roots.
I know.
like some real dope shit.
Yeah.
The BET Awards, I guess. I don't know. The Globes. I said BET Awards, the Globes. You see the
MTV.
whatever happened to the VMAs?
I think maybe they just moved online or something. I don't know. Do you still go on?
MTV doesn't
I
play
don't know.
videos.
I don't really watch MTV anymore.
I don't.
They
think
don't play videos anymore?
No, they ain't play videos since like World something. I said something because I can't remember the actual name, and people would, if I say a name, they'll just throw it out there. But yeah, bro, nah, that's crazy, dog.
Yeah.
Well, shout out Will. What were we just went down a rabbit hole. We were saying,
No.
oh, first albums. That's what I was talking
Yeah.
about. So sorry. I was talking about Bow Down and then Big Willie style. Then damn, I set that up. My bad. I knew. That was a good album. Still. I don't care.
Yeah.
But
I
then,
fuck with
so did you, when you first started DJing, were you DJing parties locally in your city or like your town? Like, when did you start actually making money from DJing? Like, when did it start? You're like, okay, like, was it hella years? Was it instantly?
Nah, it was gradually because like I really didn't care. So I would play for free all the time when I was like first starting, you know? But it wasn't playing like bars and clubs. It was like house parties and
Hell yeah.
random spots, you know? But I was like kind of mixing, but not really mixing. I don't really remember, but it was probably not that dope, but
No.
people thought it was dope and
Bro, my-
kept booking me and shit.
Talk
But I was
shit.
doing weird stuff. Like I was scratching like 90% of the set.
Hella
and like,
scratch. Where you do hella scratch, hella repeat. Like bring it
yeah,
back.
like weird, like
Twerk,
records.
twerk,
Like-
twerk.
No.
Oh, no.
Nah. I just be like, I would be playing like, you know, a record from 1970 that's like 9 minutes long, like a funk breakbeat synth thing.
Yeah.
With no words, you know? So it's dope music, like rock, like synth prog. But like at the party, you know, like people aren't prepared for like underground
That's deep. They want some-
rare gems, you know, like nerdy me. Like,
Yeah.
look at what I found. Because that's what it was
No,
about.
as
Like,
a
I'm like,
DJ,
keep
but-
out this record, you know,
Yeah,
like,
but as a DJ, you want to play those records, deep cuts you find because
Yeah.
it might be motherfuckers in there like, what the
So-
fuck is this?
yes.
It's always those people. Because
Yes.
I had to realize
No,
that
for
even though
sure.
you don't want to go that deep, but there's always someone that wants that.
100%. I agree. But there's an art to it.
Right.
You know, it's a skill that you
Yeah,
gotta
it's
like.
a dance.
It's a dance. Yeah. So that time I was just like, ugh. I was very punk in my approach, like everything back then, you know, like I would wear shirts with like holes in it and shit. And people would be like, hey, you have a hole in your shirt. And I'd be like, I know, like, cause it's right here. Like, you know, but back then it was intense, you know, I'm not looking back. But first making money was like when I started, like, I don't know, that's because sometimes I would get gigs back then that paid a lot, you know,
Okay.
but it wasn't something I pursued. Like I wasn't business artist, you know. Now I'm like half.
right.
You know, I'm half about my art form, half about my business, you know.
Gotcha.
So, you know, I'm like, so I guess when I started viewing it like that, like
Yeah.
half, that's when I started making like regular money.
So you were
like-
always getting like spot gigs for the most part, but it was never like consistent to that.
I was never
actual-
chasing like,
chasing the money. You weren't doing it
I
like, hey,
wasn't-
I'm gonna do this gig because I know I'm gonna get some money. You're like,
Yeah.
no, I just want to rock. Like,
yeah, I just want to rock.
And
And
I'm
like,
gonna
if you
kill
guys
this
want to
shit.
have me play, like, hell yeah, thank you. Like, I'll fucking
I
play.
think
Like,
that's the most humblest approach.
and
to
they
the
would
game,
give me
though.
money, you know, but I'd be like, any amount's fine. Cause when I see them like doing, like, if it's DIY shit, you know, and you see them working hard and they're doing their thing, like, dude, let's fucking go. We're the same people.
Right.
We're coworkers, you know, we're like artists in this society. Like,
Respect.
if you don't have that much money, like, I don't give a fuck. I'll play for like super cheap, you know, like,
Right.
but you know, I feel like coming up as a DJ, you have to do that. You have
Yeah,
to like
you have to
be
pay
in
your
the
dues.
trenches. You
You know, it's funny. Like I always tell the story about Reem cussing me out because I came in at a very sweet time when I first started DJing. I recognized I had some kind of like, I don't want to say privilege, but like my friends were all like already on. Like Speak was already doing his thing. Reem was UTB Dre had that shit rolling. Like
Yes.
they were fucking with Wiz at the time.
Yeah.
Cassius was signed. And then they
I love that
justified
era.
they justified me going on tour by like, hey, bro, you're gonna have to start DJing. Like,
Yeah.
you better get
I
some
remember
equipment.
I knew you before you were DJing.
No,
you know,
do.
like
I was just
remember
pulling up to your
yeah.
parties. I was just pulling up
I
to your
remember
parties.
seeing the globe when I was in Vietnam. Dude. I was like,
Bro,
see.
so
And-
around that whole time, that's when I was actually making money from the jump, making
so
something.
you came into it already.
like making
Nice,
something.
right?
But then when I came home, shit changed.
You had to
Business
like,
changed. I had to start doing gigs, and then that's when I was doing like Common Grounds, like the
Oh, yeah.
vibes, like the whole
yeah.
that whole gig. Then I started doing the S Bar and the Murder. But then that was my first residency, but then I got paid for that. So then once I got paid for that, other gigs would hit me and be like, hey, I want to have you booked. And instead of doing hella gigs, I would be like, well, if you're not paying me, I'm not doing it because I already been getting paid. And Reem looked at me one time and was like, hey, my nigga, like, who the fuck do you think you are, bro? He was like, do you understand how many shows Fail did for free? You know how many shows Speak has did for free and not got nothing? Like literally had to drop probably money to get there to do the show. And then you have the right to think you should charge people right now. You haven't sold out nothing on your own. You haven't packed out a party.
right.
Like you haven't been that dependable to where
That's right.
a promoter can be like, hey, I need you for X amount of night from this hours and this many guaranteed people will come.
Yeah.
And this is like year 2 of me DJing. So I was just like, yeah, I can make some transitions. I DJed a couple art parties. I started on tour. So my whole mind was warped.
Right.
Like how you're
Warped
saying
tour.
you were just DJing, like you're like, hey, I just want to do it. I hear you and I'm like, damn, I did not have that experience. It was like,
That's okay though,
but
bro.
then it's
like, you
but
know?
on the flip side, when everything switched, and then I realized that's not reality because the tours stopped. They weren't as
Yeah.
consistent. Business changed, things changed. Now I'm like, oh, I have to get some gigs. I have to do something. So, nigga, those little free gigs, yeah, I'm doing them all. What's up? I'm pulling up. I'm doing your dispensary. I'm doing your album release party. And I'll just DJ an hour quick. All of a sudden, people want me for weddings. Boom, 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 boom. Now I'm the wedding. Blah, blah, blah. I'm doing 4 or 5 weddings, like killing them though. Like hella R&B vibes, house vibes.
Yes.
Then I'm realizing my palette's getting bigger and bigger because I've DJed in front of different crowds. Like I'll do a
for
hood
sure.
party, a
Yes.
winery, some shit that I can't even have cursing music.
Yes.
Like I'm sure you've gotten the
Oh.
DJ gigs where they have a rule.
My clean crate is big,
The
bro.
clean
Like,
crate
yeah.
is so necessary.
Yeah.
Like DJs, I hope they hear that. That's like, I used to be
necessary.
against the clean crate. I was like, fuck that. I'm only gonna play what I want. Those clean gigs pay
know.
so well. I'm just,
I would play. I know.
I'm just being honest. Like real nigga, they pay on time. If I lying,
No,
name
you're
every
not.
clean
You're
gig you
not,
ever done.
bro.
They pay on
No,
time.
It's very official.
Official.
Got W-9, like, you know.
They make you start sending socials
just
through. Like,
everything
it's
is like
direct deposit on that
assistant
day.
email CC'd on there. Text you like when money goes through, everything. Bro.
Get the alerts.
Alert.
You're
yeah.
in the app.
Yeah, you get a card afterwards. Thanks
Bro.
for doing business.
Bro, I've seen so much fun. Like, but you don't understand that with
Bro.
DJing. Like, you start getting, like, you have to realize you have to open your mind up to all everything. So you, even with all your arts and what you've been doing, I can see how you're just willing to, because you're like, bro, I could do this and make some money. I'm not really worried about making money off of it. I just really, really like doing this because I already have this. I do this. I do this. I do this. Me, I'm over here putting all mine.
No, I'm still like, no, I still feel like I'm still worried. you know?
You still worried?
Not like,
I love it.
cause like, you know, it's a business, you know? So like, you know, my business just has like many little outlets that I do or, you know, outputs I do in there. So I'm always like doing a bunch of stuff in it. So in a sense, yeah, I'm not worried because it's not my only pursuit,
Yeah.
you know? But I mean, we all got to have like multiple streams anyway.
It's
you
the
know?
only way,
So
bro.
That's the only
But
way.
only reason I say that is because if you look at your, like, you be working with so many different companies out here in LA, like our different brands. I see you doing interviews with a lot of other people, and like the mural you painted at Pink's, like just even though
yeah.
that might not be like huge, that's huge though. That's
No,
that's
it's
a LA
huge.
staple.
Yeah,
bro.
totally.
So-
It's huge to me.
And like you doing all that kind of stuff, like I really love just digging into like what is the belly of that, like what causes that, what drives you to do that,
Man,
and just knowing you've been doing this since you were young, you just always had your hand in so many buckets. That's dope.
yeah. I feel like I saw a quote today by Sonny Rollins saying something about like practicing all the time, jazz, you know, like, and I'm like, oh, I've been doing like, cause my mind it's always kind of like thinking about something creative to like, there's always something I gotta do, you know,
Right.
whether it's like a poster, a song, or like a design for this person, or a blah, blah, blah
That's
photo
tight.
shoot or whatever. I'm always like, but you know, sometimes like, damn, I gotta do, I gotta work, you know?
Yeah,
like,
no, I feel you.
I wish I could just chill. But you know, the other half, I'm like, I'm glad I have that strive, you know, because that's
Right.
I guess that's just who I am now, you know, and being able to accept that and like, just like
That takes time.
being like, it's okay to
Yeah.
do that, you know, it takes time, you know, because like growing up, you know, I'm like, yeah, I'm a dope artist and whatever, but like, how do I contribute to society? Like, how do I directly help people, you know? So I explored a lot of different things, you know, like I almost went to school for to be a therapist, you know,
Yeah.
and blah, blah, blah. And like, you know, a lot of like environmental things, you know, like direct helping and stuff. And then I'd always doubt myself, you know, and then like it didn't feel right or whatever. And everything would always lead me back to something creative, you know? So then a few years ago, I realized like, oh shit, that's my job here on earth, is like, that's my skill set and what my vessel is here to like as a tool to translate here,
That's
you know?
crazy.
That's my job.
No.
Not to fucking clean water in a rural village in Vietnam or something, you know? Like
Yeah.
my job is to like create and do whatever I'm doing right now, and that emotionally affects people or whatever, you
Facts.
know? Like, cause I still like, people hit me up all the time still, like strangers, like with these words, you know? And I'm like, damn, for real? Like, thanks. Like they're like, you know, like it's really, there's like an emotional connection that I don't think, when I create, I don't think about like, oh, it's gonna make people, I mean, of course I think like, yo, people are gonna trip on this because it's dope,
Right.
but I don't think like, oh, I hope I create a mental connection, like, and
Yeah,
trips,
yeah,
make
go
someone
to-
cry
Right.
about this,
But it
you know?
happens,
But
though.
it happens, you know? And I'm like, wow, that's like,
But I think
I-
that's when you finally
like-
tap into what you're divinely here for, like you said, using your vessel as a light or as some kind of awakening. And that's a breaking point for a lot of people. And, you know, and that's what you're not in a great way, though. Like sometimes
Yeah.
you might need to see that and inspire something to you that no one else could have got that message.
yeah.
No one says what God's going to use, you know, or the
one
creator or
knows.
whatever.
Yeah.
No one knows how it affected you. You did
Yeah.
that, though. And you usually use your, you use your vessel as that. And I love you say that because I always have that same theory about it. I always say I'm a vessel. People will be like, oh, Cali, you got this. And I was just talking to my friend Ray, you know, shout out Ray. We were talking this morning and I literally was breaking it down like, hey, I'm a vessel. Like I literally know what my job is here to do is just literally serve the creator, but like do it in my way, but make sure I create something or push a culture for it. But then like, no, I'm literally just here for that. Don't try to do more. Everything will be taken care of in some kind of way. Like life just works out. Like, so just what you're saying, like you came from Riverside, went to Vietnam. Like I'm sure that was a crazy experience
It's pretty trippy.
out there. And now you're back out here
Yeah.
still doing your thing, but still doing art, still pushing culture forward everywhere you touch. That's a real instrument, bro.
I'm still learning all that, and you know, like totally still figuring it all out, because on a lot of days I just feel just as confused as everyone else too, you know? Like
Right.
it's crazy, like being able to like empower yourself through like recognizing your own power and potential, and then it's the same time it's like you're fucking terrified because this world is wild. Like
Facts.
there's some dark shit in this world, you know? And it's like, I can't believe this shit really exists simultaneously as all the good stuff. Like how, what? Like that shit trips me out, you know?
People
Like,
don't talk about having to understand that the evil part is just as important as the good part.
yeah, it's
As
the
sick
same,
as that sounds.
it's the same shit on the
'Cause
same
it's always
spectrum,
gonna
you
have
know?
it.
Yeah.
And the moment you were able to accept that, that's the moment peace actually comes. Because
Yeah,
you can
for real.
maneuver through those
Yeah.
dark times more efficiently.
Yeah, totally. Some of the most peaceful, nicest, most genuine, loving souls I've come across have like all been through some crazy stuff, you know, some wild
Facts.
stuff, you know.
Facts.
So
That's why I love this podcast though, because I actually just love hearing people's stories because people make it through shit. Yeah, we just talking, yeah, it
Yeah.
is, but like still again, like your life isn't easy. It's
Yeah,
not.
no.
But the more you understand your purpose and the more you actually live and do that, it becomes a lot easier to do it. You have your purpose living. Like I know even when I'm doing Lyft or I'm freaking hustling, doing a bunch of other stuff that I probably don't want to do, I'm like, hey, I know what I'm doing it for. I'm literally, my job is to do these podcasts. My job is to do this music. My job is to
yeah.
bring people joy, make people laugh, bring the slaps when they want to dance. They've been doing like, I understand what that is, but then that humbles you. Like you're almost like a servant.
Yeah, you gotta
know?
do it all, and then you feel, then you're like, okay, I'm doing it all. Like
It all comes then.
I'm doing
But
it.
it's
yeah.
not as easy as it sounds. Because just
No,
like we're
it's
saying, it's a
not.
lot of fuck shit that happens in this industry.
so much.
For sure. So being able to maneuver through this and actually be able to pivot to something positive is low-key the goal. And when you're able to do that efficiently, I think that's when all your projects, all your dreams and everything actually does happen. you know, because
Yeah.
you'll always produce. You always keep going. You know?
Yeah.
So anyway, man, Demonslayer, I appreciate you pulling up though, for real, bro. I know we can keep going. We gotta come on for the part 2 for sure, bro.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
So where can people hear your stuff? I know you got, you know, the rare Vietnamese wave music on
Yup.
Bandcamp right now.
Yup.
So shout that out, man. You got that mix going. We're gonna see you at Coachella too.
Yes.
Week 2.
Coachella
in the
week
Dome.
2.
I'm doing week 1.
You're doing
so
week
it's gonna be a
1 in
ride,
the
bro.
Dome. Hell yes,
So where can
family.
people hear your stuff, man?
Yeah, so I just dropped a mixtape of rare Vietnamese new wave from the 1980s, made in Orange County. So this was made by a community of Vietnamese people. Some are newly immigrants, some like grew up in OC, but they're basically like created their own take on like new wave and prog stuff. And I like remastered and re-edited 7 tracks, and you can cop it on Bandcamp for free, Ardono. And yeah, just I'm on IG at Demonslayer __. And that's where everything is there. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's what's up, brother. I
Yes.
appreciate you, man. And for this podcast and Arguing Radio, go to BigCaliWorld.com. If you want to do your own podcast, please go to productiveculture.com/podcast in the How Did You Hear About Us section. Put in Big Cali World, put in Arguing Radio. You will get that special discounted rate. Shout out Knockhouse Studios. You know what this is, man. Demonslayer, I appreciate you, brother. We gonna get into it deeper next time, bro.
Oh, yes.
Episode 2 is gonna be even deeper, bro. We
Oh,
gonna
for
really
sure.
go in there because we even
I
get to
already
go
know.
into Vietnam that deep. It's a lot more. So you know, people stay tuned though.
Yes.
But it's the man with the plan. I ain't Clark Kent, but some of the ladies do call me Superman. It's your boy Big Cali. Feeling good, feeling great. This is Big Cali World. Let's go.
Yeet.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yes.
Big Cali world all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra lit. Big Cali world all the time, extra lit, extra lit, extra